All right, if you've been gigging solo for a while now, you'll know there are two options. Carry around 5 mates and split $300 between you, or use backing tracks and keep the cash. Today I'm looking at an app called Jamzone. Now, I'd seen Jamzone before and realised its potential. I've even had comments from subscribers on my channel talking about how good it is. So when they reached out for a collab, I was more than happy to say yes. But just so we're clear, on this channel, I'm only going to take on things that I generally think have value for my subscribers and that I would use in a professional sense. If it's not useful for work and musos, it doesn't make it on here. They say there's over 70,000 songs. I haven't counted. If Jamzone says it, I'm inclined to believe them. Everything I've searched for so far has been there, except maybe my demo tape from 1998. So look, this isn't a tech deep dive with MIDI cables and spreadsheets. It's just what you need to know if you're a regular working muso or just want something to jam along at home without losing patience or your temper. Now that's all fine if you're just messing around at home, but if you're gigging with this, I'd highly recommend you get your head around it on a tablet. That's what you should be using on stage. Trust me, pulling out a laptop mid-set isn't the look. Ask me how I know. Here's how it actually works. So this is where you will end up at the home page if you're on a tablet. So I'm on an iPad here. It'll open you up to the Explore page, right? This playlist set down here, you can search by genre specific or decade specific or instrument specific. If you're just looking for ideas and to narrow it down to whatever instrument you play or whatever type of music you want to play. Plenty of options within that. You've also got, your popular. I don't know if that means popular on the charts these days. Probably just popular as far as the downloaded tracks. Okay, and we've got this new up here, which is probably a little more specific to newer stuff or maybe just newer tracks. All right, so this is all self-explanatory. Okay, if you want to search for something specific, right here you've got the search. Click on that. Search for a particular band or song. All right, here we are in the search. Let's search for something. Let's go for the artist, Zac Brown. Have a look. Zac Brown, here we go. So that's all Zac Brown related stuff. I'm looking for chicken fried. There we go, look, chicken fried. So what it'll do now is it'll download the track. And boom, it takes you straight to the track, right? So here is where your interface is. This is where all the magic happens. Okay, we can simply press play. Gives you a pre-count.
You know I like my chicken fried. Cold beer on a Friday night. A pair of jeans that fit just.
I don't know about that vocal, but you're not going to need the vocals in these. It's just a guide, really.
See the love in my woman's eyes. Feel the touch of a precious.
We can open it up so we can see it. This would be performance mode. All right, so you get the idea, right? Let's go to a track that sounds decent with a vocal. I can't sit through that. But, I mean, these tracks, do not worry about lead vocals because you're going to be taking them out anyway. They're just a guide. Everything else is fantastic, all the instruments, right? So let's exit that. Let's go to something I downloaded earlier, No Secrets by the Angels. So here we have the interface again, right? We can change the key, obviously. So we've got this key changer down here, right? Instantly changes the key. Now, one thing I may have forgotten to mention was when you first go into Jamzone, we want to go up here and you want to select your instrument, right? This way it's going to show you the chord diagrams, right? So as you can see here, I've selected guitar, self-explanatory. So let's say if you're a pianist, it'll change the chord structures, right? So when you click on the chords, it'll give you piano chords, etc. But if we go to guitar, change instrument to guitar, now gives me the guitar chords, right? Okay, simple press and play. Pre-count, you can turn that on or off. Now that sounds great. Let's open it up, all right? You can see the lyrics are starting to come.
Amanda, the actress, waits at the station. She's drifting with nothing to do.
Actually, that vocal is really good. This is an Australian song and sounds just like the guy. Really good. And so you've got a whole bunch. I'll just turn that down a bit. There's your main volume. Right, so obviously we can solo stuff. There's the solo down the bottom there. There's the rhythm guitar. You know, this is just like a regular DAW, a digital audio workstation, right? It's just like working in Cubase, but on your app. It's fantastic. You know. Huh? Really great. Okay, now I'll just stop that. If you want to do this for practice, fantastic, because you've got your tabs up here, which when you press on these, it's all pre-selected, which is even better than a DAW does, to be honest with you. This is all pre-selected. So if you want to work on the verse, you press verse. Right? Okay, we want to find out what the electric guitar's doing, right? Alright. And that just loops over and over, right? As you'll see here, just start looping again. Bang, just keep doing that. You can manipulate all that just so you got a bit of timing, like a half volume on the drums. Just roll over that, keep practicing, loop, even if you want to.
She learned from her mother and friends. She walks like a pharaoh, dresses in
you know.
In pain she pretends. The actress,
let's say we want to go to pre-chorus here. Okay. All right. Let's say it's too fast to learn. Let's take out the lead vocal, right? We want to learn that. We want to learn this electric guitar part. Let's say. Okay. Let's say it's too fast for us. We can press hold this. Right, slows it down, and the best thing is it keeps it in pitch as well, which is fantastic. There's no trying to pitch match or anything, right? If you want to go back, you double press on the BPM, it'll take you there. We can change the key. Right. Everything is pitch shifted instantly. Now, I think that is pretty incredible to be able to pitch shift something in real time. Because if you're anything like me and you've had to work with having to pitch shift tracks a lot, there was a lot of buggerizing around in having to export tracks and change them with separate software. And this does it all instantly, which is a real game changer. Now here we have just on the interface here, let's say we want to change some of these things here. We've got a little menu up here, right? And if you go down, you see player settings, right? This allows you to do a whole bunch of stuff, right? Change the light mode, and you can see it does it instantly too, so you don't have to keep refreshing. So if you don't need the chords, you just need the lyrics, bang, open her up, then you just have it's just like a auto scroll machine for you. If you do need the lyrics, you know, we go back into player settings. Sorry, the chords I meant, you know, we don't need the lyrics, just need the chords, bang, chords, you know, or you see where I'm going with this. It's not rocket science, right? But player settings, that's where all that happens. Right, now you can click on, as you're learning, you can click on the chords, right? Wherever you click, it'll show you the chord. Right, now if you're doing, let's say you're doing something a little more complicated than this, let's go to exit, right? Okay, so let's go for some John Mayer stuff, which might have a few little chords. Here we go, no such thing, right? So here we got like A minor 6, E major 7. You can dumb these down, right? And I mean that in the best way. If you don't know a lot of these chords, here's the chord book. This will show you all the chords within the song, okay? Which is a great way to learn itself, right? You know, before you learn the song, just get all these chords under your fingers before you even start doing any rhythm. It's a great way to learn. That's how I used to learn in chord books. You know, it just shows you all the chords that are going to be needed within the song right there. And if you change key, boom, changes the key. All right, shows you all the chords instantly, which I'm sure a lot of you older guys out there who, you know, may have just got into technology will find this stuff really valuable. And just realize how far things have come and how easy it is now. Okay, so we can click on the chords themselves if we forget, right? We know how to loop stuff. Right, now you can change these chords to a simpler version. I think this one right in the middle, it says 1, 2, 3. There's intermediate, there's basic. You see when I check on the basic, it just shows you the G. When I go to intermediate, show you the G major 7. And with the jazzier stuff, I don't know why it changes key there. For some reason it changes key when I click on the number 3, but not sure what that's all about. Maybe someone can explain in the comments if they know what that is. So if you're an intermediate player, you know, you want to be playing the G major 7th over that. You want to be playing the dominant 7th, right? But, you know, if you're just learning it and you want to get a basic understanding of it, a G is still going to work, especially over the backing track, which will have the triads in it anyway. All right, another great thing that you can do with the chords is that instead of just having the chord names there, you can also have the diagrams of the chords as it goes through the song. So if we go to our menu, we click on our menu and we go to chord book, right, and you'll see all the chords for a given song. If you press and hold on one of the chords, you can choose to pin it to the diagram, as you can see there.
She looks like a pharaoh, dresses in day glow. When she's in pain, she pretends.
So in this case, every time a D minor comes on the screen, it'll come up with the chord diagram for it. So if we want to do them all, we can go to this menu up the top right, edit pinned diagrams. Now this time we can just choose if we want them all, some of them, or whatever you want. I'm going to choose them all because that'll probably be what most people do. Click done, click out, bang.
The actress waits at the station. She's drifting with
And it gives you a bar before the next one's going to come up. Or if it's however many bars. 2, 3, 4, boom. Fantastic, huh?
walks like a fair.
So we can choose to have that on or off. If you know your chords, you won't need them on, but it's a very handy tool to quickly look to see what's coming up, even in for practicing when you're doing it slower. So another great option for stuff in Jamzone. Okay, well, so I think that covers a fair bit of the interface for us dummies. One of the best features on here is Smart Capo mode. Okay, so let's say you found the key for your voice for a certain song, but maybe the chords are, let's say the chords are a little bit too difficult for you to play. Well, this is where Smart Capo comes in. What it'll do is it will automatically detect what other chords might be easier to play using a capo but keeping it in the same key. So if you listen, this will be in the same key, right? Let's say the F sharp's too difficult. We go over here to capo, use a capo. See how it's changed that? It's to a C, right? But that just means you put the capo on the 6th fret and play those chords over it. It's going to be in the same key, and it automatically knows. If I go to the 2nd fret here, it's changed it to an easy A minor, E major, 7, right? But you've got the capo on the 2nd fret, right? If I go to the 4th fret, so if I put the capo on the 4th fret, these are the chords that I play, but it's still in the same key. So you've got all these options, right, to play different chords, but using a capo with the same key, which I think is absolutely fantastic. Capo off, back to the original key. So I hope that makes sense, but that is a fantastic resource for people quickly needing to change the key, right? Or let's say you've got a singer who says, I can't sing it in that key. I need to move it down a half step. And you're like, shit, now it's a B flat minor. Oh, how do I work that out? Well, it's still going to calculate. It knows you're one semitone down. If I go use a capo, 5th fret, put a capo on the 5th fret, now I'm just playing an F minor and a C major 7th. But it's still going to be in the right key. Right? Whatever I choose here, going to be in the same key, but playing different chord shapes. And it tells you exactly where to put your capo using those chord shapes. I just think that this is quite revolutionary, really, for people who are playing live. It's a game changer, really. Just load these songs in, and once you get your head around it, you can quickly go, okay, what chords are going to work here? Okay, so this singer's playing it. She wants to play it a full tone down from the original so she can reach that octave above, let's say. And, okay, so what am I going to play it in? Well, let's put it down to make it a bit harder, right? So it's A flat. So she's singing it a tone and a half down. Okay, what am I going to do? Okay, I can't think A flat major, E flat. I can't think. So let's use a capo quickly. Bang, bang, bang. Use a capo 3rd fret. Okay, let's see what chords are involved with that. Let's have a quick look. Chord book. What chords are going to be in this song? Oh, I see. Oh, they're all easy. No flats and sharps, or very few of them. All right. Does it all automatically. Bang. Yeah, I can do it in this song. Whack a capo there on the 3rd fret. Bang. Instantly changed. Fantastic. I got to say, it's absolutely game changing. Yeah, I can't talk enough about that Smart Capo mode. You know, one thing I did really want to mention is that, you know, if you're like me and you like to export a song and have it in a WAV format or an MP3 format, you can actually record them and export them. So if we want a high definition version of the song, so you can record the whole song with all your edits. Let's take out the lead vocal. Oops, mute the lead vocal, mute the guitar. Once you've learnt the song, right, mute the guitar part you want, record, play. Let's go to the verse.
The stage
Okay, I'll just stop that recording. All right, save to files. Boom, boom, boom. Jamzone recording. Let's call it No Secrets. All right. Save. Bang. So now, if I go to my files, boom, here it is. Exactly what I did. Right? Fantastic. So now we've got what looks like a WAV file or a MP3. They're easily converted. And so there we have a separate MP3 track we can load into our whatever it is we load into, right? So you've got the option of using this live, and you've also got the option of exporting it and using it how you wish. There really is nothing you can't do with this. This is a great resource. If, you're a good enough guitarist to just be able to read some chord charts, and let's say someone wanted to do a song, you've got it straight there. If you've got a basic understanding of the song, download the song. Boom, boom, boom. And there you have it. Basically a karaoke screen for you with chords, lyrics, changes coming up, all kinds of fruit that you can do. And like I said, if you need a deep dive, go and see Scott Ull's channel. This one is for my audience, which is probably a little older audience that maybe have a little more trouble working with technology than the young ones do. So that's why I wanted to do just sort of a basic one. For this, I hope that helps. If it's not advanced enough for you, plenty of resources online that are. Check them out. First up, there's the free version. You get access to a handful of rotating tracks, just enough to get a feel for it, but no real control. No tempo changes, no key changes, no chord diagrams. Think of it like free samples at the shops, 1 or 2 bytes, enough to get you interested, but not enough for dinner. Then you've got premium. This is where most working musos will land. You'll unlock the full 70,000 plus song library, mixer, tempo control, key changes, looping, SmartChords, capo mode, everything I've shown so far. Plus offline mode and cloud sync. What you don't get with premium is the license to use it in public. So technically, if you walk into a pub and start gigging with Jamzone on premium, the music police might kick your door in. Unlikely, but possible. Basically, premium's perfect if you're practicing at home or playing private parties. Then there's Pro. You get everything premium has, plus a Pro license. That covers public performance rights, so you can legally use Jamzone backing tracks at gigs, bars, weddings, and so on. And it covers online content too, YouTube, Instagram, live streams. If you're putting videos out into the world and don't want them flagged or taken down, Pro's what you want. Also, there's a few Pro-only features they're working on, but even just for the licensing side, it's worth it if you're serious about this stuff. So, free tier is for window shopping, premium is for practice and home use, Pro is for musos actually out there working or pretending to work on YouTube. Look, I'll be honest, if you're just learning songs for yourself, premium is plenty. But if you're gigging regularly or posting covers online, go Pro. Saves you from those awkward emails from YouTube saying your video's been pulled down. And we've all had enough awkward emails in life without adding more. So there it is, backing tracks that won't make your ears bleed. An interface that doesn't feel like you need a pilot's license. And no MIDI guitar or saxophone. So we all win. If you've watched this far, here's the bonus. Jamzone have given me a promo code to share with you. ProMuso. That'll get you 1 free month of full access so you can have a proper crack at it without committing up front. Quick tip, the promo code only works if you download Jamzone via their website. If you go through the App Store, the code just sits there awkwardly, doing nothing. Kind of like a bass player at soundcheck. Big thanks to Jamzone for sponsoring this video and for backing what we do here without asking me to wear a hat or say smash that like button. Basically, they just said go for it, which to me says you've got a rock solid product. They're not fussed about micromanaging because it speaks for itself. We'll see you in the next one. Same shirt, same face, probably still looping the same 4 bars. The promo code only works if you download Jamzone via their website. If you go through the App Store, the code just sits there awkwardly. Oh, wait, no, that.